Alright guys, so in this one, I'm going to be sharing with you over 6 years worth of dropshipping knowledge and 7 figures worth of revenue generated throughout my dropshipping journey. The whole point of this video is to teach you guys what it takes to become a successful dropshipper, what type of roadblocks, obstacles you can face along the way, and what to expect during the first phases of your dropshipping journey until you get to a point where you become finally successful and you start generating money and profits on a consistent basis. Now, first things first, dropshipping does work. Now, if you may have heard someone saying dropshipping does not work, or you may have come across a video on YouTube or any other platform claiming that dropshipping is not working, that is simply not true. There's millions of people out there that are making a decent living out of dropshipping. I am the living proof of that. I was able to go from unemployed to a full-time dropshipper. Dropshipping has literally saved me from unemployment. Despite graduating from a business school and holding a master's degree, I was struggling to find a job, but thank God for the amazing opportunity that is dropshipping, which allows each and everyone, regardless of their background, of their technical knowledge, to get started with their own online business and start selling products from the comfort of their own home without ever having to touch the product. So I thought it is really important to address this mindset issue, which prevents a lot of people from getting started with dropshipping in the first place, simply because they have false limiting beliefs, such as dropshipping is not working, dropshipping is dead, dropshipping used to work in 2017, 2018, but not anymore. That is true if you do not apply things the correct way. If you have no clue what you're doing nowadays and how to approach the whole dropshipping game with the right strategies and the right techniques, if you kickstart your dropshipping journey employing 2017, 2018 strategies, then obviously dropshipping is not going to work for you, because dropshipping is a fast evolving game. It evolves really fast from month to month, and you have to keep up with it. So what worked in 2017, 2018 is no longer working nowadays. Nowadays, it has become a lot more competitive to build a successful and profitable dropshipping store, simply because consumers have become a lot more sensitive and aware of bad and misleading dropshipping practices that tainted the whole dropshipping industry. So any consumer or potential buyer that browses an e-commerce store nowadays, they are quite sensitive to any dropshipping cues. And if they suspect that website is a dropshipping website, then chances are they're not going to end up buying from it. So you really want to avoid being put in that situation. And the only way to do that nowadays is to build a branded dropshipping store, which comes across as a real legit brand, a professional business that is treating their customers the right way and that does business ethically. Now, moving on to the second crucial point that I wanted to share with you guys in this video, which is patience. Patience, guys, is one of the top traits of successful people. I can never emphasize enough the importance of patience. It is really what separates the best from the rest, and the people that stick to something and then crack the code of it and manage to get results out of it. Now, the reason why I brought up patience is because it played a critical role in my ability to generate results with dropshipping. And it did the same for all the other successful dropshippers out there. Why? Because the successful dropshippers, they don't get into dropshipping expecting to get rich overnight after just a couple of months of getting into this business model and testing products out and hoping that they find the winning product within the first month and generating 6 figures worth of revenue with that winning product. It doesn't work that way, guys. Dropshipping is no different than any other business model. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of great determination, and above all, commitment to keep trying, keep testing, keep overcoming the obstacles, the failures, and the roadblocks that come along the way until you crack the code and finally are able to generate results and become profitable with your own branded dropshipping store. This is, I believe, one of the main causes of failure for a lot of people that want to get started with dropshipping. Is they get started, they take the first steps, which are like building your own Shopify store, finding your first product, uploading the product on your Shopify store, uploading the creatives on Facebook ads. But then they see that it's not working, that they are struggling to generate their first sale, and that most, if not all, the products they have tested do not produce any good results as far as Facebook ads metrics. And this totally discourages them from the entire business model and gives them the false belief that dropshipping is not working. So they start blaming the entire business model altogether instead of blaming their mindset deficiency, which is preventing them from going forward after the failures that they have encountered, and still keep trying, still keep going at it, which is, like I said, very important to achieve success with this business model. Now, the third point, guys, is like with any other business model, you do not have to reinvent the wheel with dropshipping. All you have to do is find the product that has been proven to sell already. So that is your job to figure out whether or not that product has been generating sales profitably within the last couple of months or preferably even years. So once you figure that out, then you have validated the product in a way, and it's up to you to not just copy blindly. I'm not telling you guys that you have to copy blindly a successful branded dropshipping store. No, I'm just telling you that you have to make sure that the product is selling well, first of all. And then once you confirm that, then you can copy, but in your own way, bring your own touch on the concept, on the product that you want to sell, create your own brand around it, come up with your own branding strategy and your brand values and whatnot, so that you distinguish yourself from all the other competitors out there. And this is really what it boils down to. You really do not have to invent the wheel. You do not need to become the first guy to discover a never seen before product. No, it does not work like that, guys. All you have to do is replicate something that has been proven to work, but bring your own twist on it and then improve on it, so that you bring a better, improved version of it to the market with a better value proposition. And that's how it works, guys. This is, again, applicable to pretty much all businesses. To become successful in business, you do not have to come up with the crazy idea. You do not have to invent something that no one ever found out about before or become an inventor. You just have to find something that has been proven to work and then come up with your own concept, with your own brand, and improve on it. And like I said, build a better value proposition. Now, the next point, which I believe is very important for long-term success in dropshipping and e-commerce, which I believe is critical, and it's something that everyone should strive to achieve, because for me personally, and for a lot of people who are successful in this game, consistency and your ability to generate results over the long run is the number one most desired trait for any e-commerce business, because a lot of people can build a store which is profitable the first few months and then dies out, but very few people can build a store from scratch and take it from $0 to 6-7 figures worth of revenue every year profitably every single year for at least 2 to 3 years. And this is exactly what you guys want to achieve, because this is what has changed my life, and this is what I believe will change your life as well. It does not matter how much revenue you generate the first few months. What matters above all is your ability to sustain consistent, slow but steady growth, which will compound over time and eventually lead you to run a very successful store with very little work that you have to put into it to maintain the momentum in each and every single day. Because once the momentum has been built, the store will be able to keep growing on its own, as long as you automate the right components of the business and you outsource and build a team around it. Then you will literally have a digital asset that prints you cash every single month, every single year, for the long run, for 5, 10, even 20 years. And you can even resell it for a significant amount of money once you do desire to sell it and no longer keep running the store. So this is something that I figured out myself, guys, after my failed attempt at dropshipping. When I first got started back in 2018, I was just running after winning products on Facebook, products that I had no understanding of or affinity with, and I was just trying to make them work despite me not understanding my customer avatar, my customers' needs, why my customers would buy that type of product and whatnot. I was just in the dropshipping game for quick money and for making a couple grands the first few months, and then that's it. I did not have the vision and the plan of a real entrepreneur. A real entrepreneur is someone that wants to build a business that is sustainable, that is consistent, and a long-term business that is going to withstand the test of time, right? So once I got through that frustration of never-ending product research, once you find the winning product, then it works for a couple of weeks, then it dies out, and then it's on to the next. It's a never-ending frustrating cycle. I figured that the best way to approach dropshipping is to simply find the niche that works, first of all, and the niche that resonates the most with you. Now, typically for niche selection, a lot of people recommend the best-selling niches, the niches that have been proven to work and generate the most amount of sales. This is a very good thing to preach, of course, but just because a niche has been proven to sell does not mean that you should necessarily select that particular niche. Let's say, for example, that niche was the women's beauty niche, right? Who do you think would be more successful running a women's beauty store? Would it be a guy that has no understanding of women's beauty products, or a woman which obviously has perfect understanding of what it takes for women to improve her appearance through beauty products. Of course, it's going to be the woman, right? So my whole point behind this comparison is that you should always try to pick a niche that has been not only proven to work and generate a lot of sales in the last couple of years, but also a niche with which you have a certain amount of affinity with and understanding of. You should understand your customer avatar perfectly. You should understand their needs, their pain points, and the types of products that will really bring value to their lives, improve their lives. And this is the only way to guarantee your long-term success with your branded dropshipping store, because not only you would be able to perfectly craft marketing strategies which are perfectly tailored to your ideal customer avatar, but you will also enjoy doing the work in the process, and you will not get bored running your dropshipping store and coming up with creative ideas, coming up with new products and whatnot, which is bound to happen if you choose a niche that you have no understanding of. Again, this is to ensure your long-term success and to ensure that your store is sustainable over the long run. This is extremely important, guys. Make sure that you not only find the niche that is proven to work, but a niche that you have ideally a passion for and a very good understanding and command of. The next thing, guys, once you have figured out the niche that you want to be involved in, the most important things when running a dropshipping stores are two things: the product that you choose and the creatives. These two things, besides the niche, obviously, are the most important factors that are going to determine whether or not you will be successful. Your product has to fit a certain criteria to sell consistently over time. And basically, it revolves around three criteria. The first criteria being the product has to solve a problem and has to improve your customer's life, either by helping them save time, save money, or even better, save time and money at the same time. The second criteria would be that the product should trigger a wow effect. It should trigger curiosity in your potential customer, meaning that your potential customer should not have seen it beforehand, should not have come across this product prior to browsing your store, ideally. Third criteria that you want to fulfill as far as product validation and selection is that the product should not be easily obtainable in local stores. So you have to make sure that the customer who is browsing your store should get the understanding and the perception that you are the only authority, you are the only brand online selling that product. And if they leave your store, that they will miss out on the chance to get that product. So besides these three criteria which a good product has to satisfy, there are bonus criteria which I have been able to find out through my experience looking for products in the past few years. Now, the next bonus point is that the product should have a high perceived value, meaning that the customer should really have a strong feeling that the money that he's paying to get that product is far inferior to the value he's getting out of it. For example, let's take the example of an iPhone 15 Pro Max phone case, right? The entry-level iPhone 15 Pro Max costs at least $1,000, right? So that is the reason why there's so many luxury iPhone case manufacturers out there that manage to sell iPhone cases for a couple $100. And the reason being is that they protect a highly valued item that is used in your customers' everyday life. And that is the single thing that contributes to the high perceived value of the luxury iPhone case, because it protects such a valued item for your customer. And as a result of that, they perceive it as a high perceived value item, and it makes the whole purchasing and decision-making process much easier for your customers. Now, the second and last bonus point as far as product validation is any product that can be customized, which your own customer can customize to fit their own specific needs and desires. This is a very good thing to have if you manage to find a product that fits the previous three core criteria that I've shared with you guys previously and has this bonus point, which is the ability to be customized. Then this is a very strong indicator that this product has very high chances, because customers really appreciate the opportunity to customize their products to fit their own needs, because that gives the product such a unique status to your customers' eyes, and it eventually leads to a higher perceived value, which in turn results in the purchasing process becoming much easier. Moving on to the next point, this is a very important one, guys, is you should expect the worst from the beginning. It's not going to be easy. Dropshipping is full of roadblocks and obstacles, especially in the first couple of weeks when you get started. That is when you are going to hit the most amount of roadblocks. But you know what that phase is? That phase is exactly what separates the people that just talk and the people that are really committed about their success, the people that are really committed about changing their lives and leveraging this amazing opportunity that is dropshipping, that makes it extremely affordable for anyone out there to build an online business and be able to live off of it and transform their lives. So your ability to overcome those obstacles and roadblocks in the first few stages of your online business is directly correlated to the amount of success you are going to experience. And like any other business, dropshipping is no exception. You are going to face a lot of problems, either with payment gateways, with product selection, with your Facebook ad account getting shut down, getting banned anytime, and just a lot of stuff that can go wrong. Because this is one of the downsides of e-commerce, is that a lot of things can go wrong. The people that manage to stay committed and stay on their lane despite these roadblocks, the people that manage to overcome them are the ones that end up succeeding, and they are the ones that end up in the 1% that do manage to become successful with this business model. So I thought I would share this with you guys so that you know what to expect and that you do not feel down once you come across your first obstacle, because that is bound to happen. It is going to happen, and your ability to cope with it and to overcome it is going to be directly correlated to the amount of success you will get with this business model. Another very important mindset trait to have if you want to be successful with dropshipping is to have the backup mindset, meaning that you should always have preferably one backup for every single thing that can go wrong. But ideally, you would want to have at least two backups for every single thing that can go wrong in your dropshipping business. Like I said before, a lot of things can go wrong when you are running a dropshipping store. For example, your online bank account could get shut down anytime. Your PayPal account could get shut down. Your money can get held within that PayPal account for over 6 months, and you are basically blocked. You cannot use that money anymore because it's frozen. Your Stripe account can get banned as well if your dispute rate goes above a certain threshold. Your Facebook ads account could get banned. Your entire Facebook business manager could get banned as well. As you see, guys, a lot of things can go wrong. So because of this, you really want to establish a very strong backup strategy. You want to have at least two backups for every single Facebook ad account, for every single Facebook business manager, for every bank account that you have, for every PayPal account, for every Stripe account. Ideally, you want to have a backup plan so that when things do go wrong, you can hit the ground running and you will not lose money by not generating sales anymore. And you will not lose time trying to set up the new solution which is going to help you resume your business. When you do have backups, it just makes the entire workflow so much more stress-free. Like, you do know, just the simple fact that you knowing that even if things go wrong, that you will be able to hit the ground running using any of your backup methods that you have, just gives you so much peace of mind, and it just improves the entire workflow, and this reflects in the quality of the work that you produce and ultimately in the results that you are able to generate with your dropshipping store. The next point is that dropshipping is full of ups and downs. You cannot always expect to be winning. Just like with any business, there are winning seasons and losing seasons. And just because you are winning right now does not mean that you will keep winning, keep improving and growing your revenue with dropshipping. And just because you are losing and your revenue is crashing down right now does not mean that you will not pick up the pace again and grow after this bad period. You should always look at the whole picture. So you should always try to look at the whole picture. For example, for me, when I do get bad days, I know that I should not look at those days individually. I know that I should look on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, and on a yearly basis, because you are bound to have bad days and you cannot take decisions from those bad days individually, because that would be detrimental to your business. You should always take decisions looking at the whole picture, meaning looking at a monthly basis, quarterly basis, or even yearly basis. The next thing is that you should not be afraid of thinking outside the box and doing things differently, especially with dropshipping. Just because a certain testing strategy works for a guru does not mean that strategy is going to work for you the same way and help you generate similar results. You always have to test stuff out for yourself and figure out what works out for you and what does not. And then you build on what works out for you, improve on it, and then establish your own strategy and come up with your own testing, scaling strategy and whatnot. In my experience, this is the thing that has helped me the most. Okay, it's good to learn about what other people are doing as far as their testing strategy, but it's even better if you bring your own twist on it and come up with your own testing and scaling strategy, figure out something that works particularly well for your own situation. Last but not least, guys, is be a professional, okay? Be a professional and take the hard way. What I mean by that is treat dropshipping as a real business, as something that has really the potential to change your entire life and help you generate a substantial income that is going to free you from your 9-to-5 job and help you take advantage of this amazing opportunity of having and operating a business online, which has the potential to change your life forever. If you are really given this chance to take advantage of this opportunity, why would you half-ass it? Like, why would you not take it very seriously, right? Why would you self-sabotage yourself by not maximizing your chances and doing your absolute best to succeed with this business model? Unfortunately, this is what a lot of people do when they get into dropshipping or any other business model for that matter. They just half-ass the whole thing and they end up with very poor results, which just drives them away from the entire business model. And then they get into this victim mindset, blaming the entire business model altogether when it was actually their own fault because they did not give it their absolute maximum. What I mean by being a professional, guys, is let's say, for example, you receive a customer email. There are two ways you can approach this email, right? You could either reply to that email, take your time in 2 to 3 business days and send a very unprofessional answer without giving it much time and attention, coming up with a courteous and elaborate answer to make sure that your customer perceives you as a legit professional business that takes care of their customers. Or you can do your absolute best dealing with that customer email in the most perfect way possible, meaning that you would reply to that email in literally less than an hour. You would make sure that every single aspect of that email copy is perfect. So this is what I mean by being a professional and doing things the hard way, taking the hard path. The easy path in this instance would be just to reply in a couple of days, not being in a rush replying to that customer email, not treating it as an urgency, which deserves your utmost attention. Whereas if you're really a professional and if you do things the hard way, which always leads to the best results, then you would provide the very best customer support and you could earn your customer's business because of the simple fact that you addressed his inquiry in the most professional way possible. So keep this in mind, guys. When you are running your dropshipping store, always do things the hard way. Do not be lazy. Always take the extra step. Always take the extra mile to improve your customer's experience and build a great brand reputation for your branded dropshipping store. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this value. Hopefully you found all these points valuable and you're going to implement them in your dropshipping journey to ensure that you become successful. I'll be sure to keep dropping more value on this channel in the upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.